Doing the Leave Me Alone I'm Reading tag, and this tag was created by Bookgasmic. Pretty sure, yeah, Bookgasmic. Let's get to it. First question is, if you could step into the life of a fictional character for 24 hours, who would it be and what would you do? And I thought I had this question sorted, and now I don't. Good job, Tracy. Not gonna lie, I would love to be Blair Waldorf from the Gossip Girl series. Just because she lives the life, basically. Hot boys, good clothes. This is me being shallow. And what would I do? I would spend my day with Chuck, buy some clothes, eat out, spend the money because she has it. Yes, that's what I would do. That's totally off the top of my head because I'm pretty sure I had an answer planned out and now I don't remember it. Question number 2 is, it's the zombie apocalypse and you find yourself locked in a basement with 3 fictional characters. Who would you want them to be and why? And the answer to that would be Dobby from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, because first and foremost he has elf magic, which means he can totally separate me out of that basement, so I'm good. But I would also love to have Katniss from the Hunger Games series, Catching Up by Susan Collins, because she's totally one badass and she would probably survive through it with me. We could do this together, I can just tell. And then I would want to have Adrian from the Vampire Academy series by Michelle Mead, because you can totally just have a charming boy next to you who is very witty and could totally, you know, distract me from certain things while I'm in that basement down there. Because I love Adrian, who doesn't love Adrian? Question number 3 is, which 2 fellow booktubers would you want by your side in that basement as you wait to be rescued? And I would totally have Shannon, Shannon or the Cozyteareads there with me, because she just bubbles with optimism, positivity. We would totally just be laughing our heads off half of the time, and Reagan from Peru's Project, because who wouldn't write Reagan with them in that moment? She could totally just give me all these book recommendations and we could just go through books together, you know, be besties. This is totally borderline creepy now, so moving on. Question number 4 is, which fictional characters would be your best friend and which would be your mortal enemy? And this was really hard, just because I wasn't sure. But I will have to say I would love to be best friends with Mary Boleyn from The Other Boleyn Girl by Philippa Gregory, because she's totally sweet, but she has the brains for it as well, and you know, her brother's George, and if I was best friends with her, maybe I could totally get together with George, or find myself with a king. But you never know. But I would totally love to be best friends with Mary and live in the Tudor times, because I think that's a very interesting period of history. And my mortal enemy would have to be Cersei. Cersei Lannister from the the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. This is the second book, Clash of Kings, and I think it's just because I'm totally ready to fight her. She is very badass, but in the villainous way, and I am ready to drag her ass down and reveal her secrets, because she deserves to be known to everybody as the evil person that she is. So I'm up for that job. Question number 5 is, which villain or evildoer do you secretly admire? And I would have to say Eli from Vicious by V. Schwab. I don't really admire any other villains, but I think Eli has a strong foundation of beliefs that makes what he does seem believable, and I sort of almost sympathize for him. He's definitely very smart, but that gets to him as well. But I admire how he goes, you know, through his things, these methods. So yeah. Question number 6 is, who are your top 2 favourite fictional pairings or ships? And it doesn't have to be romantic or anything. So first up would have to be Ian and Wanderer from The Host by Stephanie Meyer. And their relationship is a great example of loving the person inside, not just their physicality, how they appear. And that's how Ian loves Wanderer, because she doesn't have to be in the same body for him to love her. I just think it's adorable, and he doesn't even know, like, if like he's seeing her without the body and it doesn't faze him sort of thing. Eden's just a lovely guy, so I really do ship them as a couple. And secondly, this is my all-time favourite, but Jem and Will, their bromance is totally to die for. Like at first I was always team Will with Will and Tessa, but I just found that Will and Jem as a whole work together so well. They seem like, you know, one half of each other, and when they get together it's just amazing. So Will and Jem get first prize for me. Question number 7 is, if you could change the ending to any book you have read, which one would it be? And that is a very hard question, but I would totally have to give it to the Vampire Academy series, yet again by Richelle Mead. This is the last book, Spirit Bound. Only because of what happened to Adrian. I know that the spin-off series gives Adrian a much better solution, but at the same time I'm very annoyed because of certain things that happens in this book. Can't deal with it. I have not forgiven Richelle Mead for that yet, so I haven't read the Bloodline series yet. It's just minor, it's a minor tweak, I guess. Question number 8 is, an alien race invades Earth. What book do you give to their leader in order to better understand humans or humanity? And I would totally give them The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, because I think that details community love as opposed to war and disaster and destruction, like what could happen because of that, how it affects the people, because nobody stops to think about the people, they think about the entire nation, but there are certain communities that can be affected so hard because of it. But it also explains humanity really well, because it's got just, like, Death narrates it, so he sees the effect of death, of course, on the people, but also how much they get together through their love. And I just think The Book Thief is a beautiful book that could explain things so much about us. Question number 9 is, using the title of a book you have read, what would you call a story of your life? And I would have to say Plain Truth by Jodi Picoult, just because my life is quite boring, you know, very plain, but if I had to tell the story of my life, it would just be the truth, nothing but the truth. I probably wouldn't try to dress it up. So yeah, Plain Truth it is. And lastly, if you had to kill off a character from one of your favourite books, and you can't choose a villain because that would be too easy, who would it be? And I'm going to cheat a little here, and I'm going to pick someone from The Other Bullying Girl by Philippa Gregory, and that would have to be Jane Seymour, because I couldn't care less if she died. She just needs to get her hands off the king. So yeah, killing her right on the spot in this book. That's it. This is a fairly old tag, so I don't know if everybody else has done it or not. I'm still going to tag a couple of people. I'll leave their links down in the description part below. Other than that, I shall see you guys next time. Bye!